Right, good evening, welcome. This is Coach Bright Kumalo. As I've mentioned earlier on with King Thabo and Fanuel, we're going to be your host tonight, sharing you a powerful, life-changing system. I like to call it a system, and then we need to understand what systems are. They will explain further about the system part, which is the money part. So Powerlife is made into two segments. The first one being your health. So they say your health is your wealth. So I'm gonna be sharing the health part of it, which is also your wealth, because you cannot say you are okay. You can have a lot of money. We've seen someone in Italy jumping off a building. If you didn't see that one, try to Google search it and check it on YouTube or somewhere. They jumped because they lost a lot of their family members due to this COVID-19. You know, a lot of people died in Italy. Well, we still have COVID-19 with us here. So imagine a billionaire saying, Aish, I've lost most of my family members. Maybe he was thinking, I don't know, maybe I could be next. So they decided to commit suicide. And if you check around the world, there's a lot of people who committed suicide because of this pandemic, because of this virus. So this is some of the things which we are going to be talking about tonight. If you are not healthy, then there's nothing much you can do. You know, if you're not healthy, you can't be thinking of making money. If you're not healthy, you can't even be thinking of traveling. Just think of the normal things that you do. Imagine if you are bedridden. Imagine if there are machines all over your body. How do you get to that stage? Okay, let's go in. We've got many things that cause disease. One of them is pollution. The air which we are breathing is polluted. If you listen to Dr. Edwin's teachings on Wednesdays, he will tell you that the oxygen is in the air is about 20-something%. So we don't have much oxygen in urban environment. Yes, we are breathing the air, but the oxygen is not enough. There's so many pollutants from the cars, from the factories. We're not going to go into that one. We normally cover these when we're doing training sessions. The food also is another problem. You could be eating vegetables, that's fine, but how are they grown? You know, there's genetic modification. It's not wrong because they are producing food to cater the ever-growing population in the planet. But the problem, there's some side effects from that type of food. Not only that, there's pesticides and insecticides, just talking about vegetables. If you go on the meat side, which would be, it doesn't matter whether it's your white meat or your red meat, everything is grown fast using some steroids or whatever they use. And they also inject all these foods that we are eating to prevent some disease, but sometimes it causes us diseases. Maybe you could be wondering why in the last maybe 20 years, in the last 30 years, coming forward, there's so much disease happening around. I remember my grandparents, even my parents never used to go much to hospitals and doctors. But the current generation, we are going a lot, we are visiting a lot of doctors, not visiting just to do a checkup. It's good to do a checkup every 6 months or so, just go and get your body checked. But people are going to hospitals and doctors to get what we call chronic medication. We've got some 30-year-olds with 3 or 4. There's one guy who was 35 years old. He had 5 chronic diseases. So some of the things which cause us disease is radiation. We know the sun emits some radiation, and then they say the ozone layer has been damaged due to pollution. So you can see pollution does not only affect the air, but it also affects the ozone layer, and then that protective layer lets radioactive rays from the sun to actually hit us, and then we start developing cancers and a whole lot of things. But radiation is not only from the sun. The gadgets that we are using right now, we are talking to you, we are talking via your cell phone or your computer or whatever device that you're connected in, they are also emitting radiation. So you can imagine we are all using cell phones throughout the day. As long as we are awake, we are on a cell phone, either we are chatting, we are phoning, or we are browsing. So that's radiation. And we can also get radiation from things like microwaves in the house. So this is also your duty to go and check what else causes radiation. The water that we are drinking is polluted. Not only pollution, in some cities, they are recycling the sewage water. So the water which you flush in the toilet, if I can put it that way, it goes through a process. They eliminate all the other dirt, purify it, and then you drink it. So that is what is happening in some cities around the planet, and this is also causing us a lot of disease. The other thing is lifestyle and lifestyle choices. It could be eating habits, exercising or non-exercising. I normally say if you take people in the village, the people in the village are normally stronger than us who live in the urban environment. One of the things is they are exercising, but they're not exercising like going to the gym and stuff like that, but they do a lot of physical work in the fields and, you know, fetching firewood or whatever the case is. So that is some form of exercise. And then the food that they are eating is not super refined. It's not grown fast with chemicals and fertilizers and all those things. It's not sprayed with some pesticides and insecticides. So they are not consuming all those dirty things. So if you are buying food from a local supermarket, it means you are buying food which is not so good for your system. Now, why am I saying all this? If you check, there are some people around the planet who live 100, 120 years, 140 years easy. Like if you take the Haunza or the Hunza, you can do a Google search again, people in Pakistan, they all easily live 120 years with no cancer, no flus, like this is the time of flu now. You can check even with the COVID-19, it's not there in the Hunza people. Why? They are not exposed to a lot of pollutants. They are not eating refined foods. They don't eat a lot of meat. I know most of the guys, I remember one time I was presenting and saying, cut down on meat. And someone says, I cannot eat food without meat. So if you check their diet, they eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, and they even dry some fruits. Those who grew up in some villages, you will understand that during the harvest time, they harvest fruits, dry them, and then in a season where it's off season, then they can eat those dried vegetables and fruits. So now, then what are the causes of disease? Yes, it's all pollution, food, and whatsoever. What is the solution? The solution again is easy. It's food, ladies and gentlemen. You need to eat correctly. Once you eat correct, then your life is going to be okay. This is partly what I was talking about. If you see this gentleman on the right-hand side of the screen, he's spraying the food that we're going to eat. Then you can say broccoli is healthy. Yes, broccoli is healthy, and all the fruits and vegetables are healthy. But once they are sprayed with pesticides and insecticides, these pesticides and insecticides, they are coated with some wax so that when the rains or the wind come, they do not get washed away. And there is no easy way of taking them out. So we end up consuming them and having a lot of diseases. We spoke about genetic modification or genetic engineering, and most of the things are genetically modified. Even the corn, the maize meal, the tomatoes, you can like taste. If you get someone with a farm who farm there, or even a small garden, who do their own veggies, just cook both the one which you bought in the supermarket and the one which came from the garden without fertilizers and all those things, or genetic engineering. So the smell, the taste is not the same. I think you've seen again, leaders, some of the fruits do not have seeds. What happened to the seeds? They are even marketing them and say seedless. What happened to the seeds? But that's a story for another day. We spoke about growing things fast. It doesn't matter, like I said, it could be white meat or red meat. It could be, your beef. Everything is grown very fast. You can see this is a chick in 5.5 weeks. But in 5.5 weeks these days, it's already in the supermarket and ready to eat. I've heard stories of featherless chickens due to genetic modification. It's good if they are featherless, because now the farmer, because we must look at it this way, there is a profit element in anything that you are doing. We spoke about pesticides. Why would you put pesticides? If there are no pesticides, then the pests or the insects are going to eat your fruits or your vegetables. Who wants to buy spinach with a lot of holes on it? So now the farmer then sprays all these things. Then what happens next is your own lookout. You can go and talk to your doctor when you become sick. So that's what we need to remember. It's about profit. So the other problem that we are having is our arteries or our veins getting clogged. Meaning you are eating the food, and then after eating the food is supposed to be processed and flushed out of your system. But if you are eating a lot of these sugars, meat, and all those nice things that you eat, clogging then takes place. When it takes place, blood cannot flow correctly. If it cannot flow correctly, once you have a clot, like you see, this is a clean artery or clean vein. This one, clogging is building up. There's a buildup there. And then the buildup is way too much. Then blood cannot flow properly. If blood cannot flow properly, you have a whole lot of other diseases in place. And half the time, if blood is not flowing properly, sometimes it will be having this bad fat, which needs to be eliminated. And how do you eliminate it? You're supposed to eliminate it with food, and you're supposed to be eating the correct food. But where do you get the correct food? Because if you go to your local supermarkets, as I've explained just now, whatever you're going to be eating won't be good enough. It's actually adding onto the problems that you are having. I remember I was talking to someone and they were saying, oh, ever since I started using your products, I don't have appetite for these other sweet drinks. I said, okay, that's good for you, because do you know how much sugar is there? And again, just do your own Google search. Check on a can of a cold drink, how many teaspoons of sugar are there? Check again, some people drink, these energy drinks. It doesn't matter the name. They're not very good for your health again. And if you drink them long time, you have some other effects. But check the amount of sugar in there. And Google search the dangers of sugar. And if you go on YouTube, just say the bitter taste of sugar. You see for yourself. Okay, so now you have a problem, you've got a buildup. If you've got a buildup, sometimes they can give you some medication, which will be chronic, which will let the blood be flowing, and they try to reduce the pressure because you develop hypertension or high blood pressure. But that's not going to help much, because the problem that you have is this buildup here. And sometimes it closes completely. When it's closed completely, you start saying, hey, my heart, or I'm feeling a pain in the heart, or I'm feeling dizzy, or you fall down, and then you go to hospital, they have to cut that part out. You go to some surgeons, they cut this part out and join with whatever they are joining with. But now your system won't be working normally. Like we say, there's radiation, there's all these things from the pesticides that we are eating. When we're eating them, they are causing cancers, a variety of cancers. And unfortunately, most of the time, cancer is not easily detected. And half the time when you check, then the cancer is already spreading. That's why they are suggesting, especially in women, to be going on mammograms, to be checking their breast once they reach a certain age, I think after the age of 40. And I forgot to say this one, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical specialist. I just became interested in my own body. And then I realized one thing: if you give your body the correct food, your body is going to heal itself. I remember a few years ago, I think it was about 8-9 years ago, I developed hypertension, which is high blood pressure. I developed gout, and then I started to investigate more about the gout and the hypertension. Then I started eating correctly, and then all those things changed. But already I was being put on chronic medication, and I managed to avoid chronic medication. I can go now, check the blood pressure, check whatsoever. My system is working okay. So that's what you need to remember. If you eat correctly, then your body will have the ability to heal itself. If you eat the correct foods are not going to make you sick. So to avoid sickness, eat correctly. The problem with the cancer, it sits anywhere. It can be in the lungs, in the blood, in the bone marrow. It can be in the skin, in the eyes. It can be in the head. In the head, they call it a brain tumor. So it can be anywhere. In the bloodstream, they call it leukemia, or in the bone marrow, they call it leukemia. So all those are cancers which are caused by radiation, which are caused by all these toxic foods that we're eating, which are caused by pollution. Okay, right? We also have a whole lot of problems related to eyes. And sometimes your eyes get clogged and light cannot pass properly, then you cannot see. Obviously, if you're diabetic, any diabetic person, they end up suffering eye problems. Okay, then also the bones. The bones, they get affected, even the joints, even the bone itself. So like what they call bone density, if you look at this bone here on the right-hand side of your screen, this bone is finished on the inside. This is what they call osteoporosis. It means the bone is getting worn out, or there's no replacement when it's getting worn out. Where do you get the replacement? You are supposed to be getting the replacement from the food that you are eating, and then this is a healthy bone structure. Okay, not only that, our entire system is balanced with the bones and muscles. Once they start having problems, you start having these aches, you start having these pains. And sometimes with the bones, while you are standing, if this osteoporosis thing has affected you a lot, then the bones can actually shatter, they can break, which is terrible. I was presenting to a group some time back, and then this lady says, you know what you're talking about? It happened to me. And I was thinking it's witchcraft. I know most of the times we think everything is witchcraft. Yes, it is witchcraft. We are bewitching ourselves by eating wrongly. And then after eating wrongly, we start developing problems. And unfortunately, some of the problems, we cannot see them. Like I was talking about cancer. And then now we are talking about osteoporosis. The bone will be eaten slowly on the inside. Then after some time, it starts to shatter. And once it's shattered, there's nothing much they can do. Except if they can put a plate. If it's a heel, they put a plate underneath the heel, and then on the legs, they put some metals to balance it, which is not okay. Same applies to your spine and your spinal cord. It also wears out, including the disc. The disc also do wear out. And then the cartilage, which is this spongy like meat when you buying your drumstick, it also wears out. Once it's worn out like that, oh my goodness, the pain that you'll be feeling when you're trying to move around. Okay, so I know that is scary. And you could be asking yourself, where do we get the solution? Because it seems the food that we are eating is poisoning us. We are buying food, intoxicating ourselves. And it's not easy, again, like I was suggesting, that you plant your own food and compare and stuff like that. Some people are living in flats. Some people are living in places where there is no space for a garden. And even if you do have space, it's impossible to plant each and everything that you're going to eat on a daily basis. So this is where supplements come in. The supplements are there for you to supplement on a daily basis. And I wonder what happens, you know, like I've been presenting nicely like this. After the presentation, if we say any questions, then someone asks me, if someone has got high blood pressure, what is it that they're supposed to take? You must avoid that high blood pressure by supplementing and giving your body the correct things that it needs, the correct nutrients, vitamins, you name it. Okay, so we've got 5 products at the moment. They are going to increase. We'll have a lot of new products coming in. I remember when I joined in January this year, I actually suggested that they add, you know, slimming products because people want slimming products. One of the products which was not there was the stem cell, which is the Pro Cell. And then we added, we suggested that Pro Cell or stem cell is needed. Then they went to get the ingredients. We're going to talk about it just now. So these are the 5 products that we have at the moment. We've got a Pro Detox. The Pro Detox is a detox product which is there to eliminate you know, all the problems which are supposed to be flushed out. When you are eating food to be digested, digestion starts from the mouth, it goes in your stomach area, in your intestines, it gets absorbed into the system, then the waste is flushed out. So there's a lot of toxins which happen in the process. Some toxins is the body working, trying to extract this, doing whatever it's doing. And those toxins as well need to be flushed out. So you need a detox. If you are eating correctly, you're not going to need a detox. You're going to have your stools, you know, sitting down nicely without struggle. If you find yourself struggling or staying 2 or 3 days without going to sit down, it means there is a problem. Imagine if there is no urine coming out for 2 or 3 days, but you are drinking water. Same applies. If you are not sitting for 2 or 3 days, it's called constipation. But what will be happening to the food? Where is the food sitting? Because it's supposed to be coming out. You are eating 2 or 3 times a day. You're supposed to at least go to the bathroom and sit once or twice a day. And the stools mustn't be tough. So if you have very tough stools, you are sick. If the stools are like loose, you have diarrhea all the time, you are sick again. Your system is not working okay. So whatever problem you have, if there is something which is too much in your system, then you are sick. If there is a shortage of something in your system, again, you are sick. You need medical attention. And if you are sick, the first point of contact is to go and see a doctor. Go to a clinic or hospital. Don't call us, now so-and-so is sick, or they have a stroke, or whatever the case is. what can I give them? And sometimes if you try to do that, you'll give someone a product. After giving them a product, they die. After they die, they will say you are the one who killed them because you gave them a detox or you gave them a protect or profit or whatever the case is. But they will be dying because they were close to death anyway. All right, so we're going to talk about all the products. We've got a protect, as the name says, is protect. We're going to talk about the profit, which is a male-related product, and then we're going to talk about the Pro Lady, which is a female-related product, and we'll talk about the stem cell. Now, let's proceed. This is the detox. All our products are made from natural plants extract. And if you check, there are ingredients there underneath. All their plant-based extracts. And then once you are using them, you are purifying and protecting your kidney, your liver, your colony, your blood, your intestine, and you are also reducing the risk of sugar diabetes. And then there's what they call the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is like a drainage system, draining all the impurities of your bloodstream and out. If it's not working properly, again, you start having some problems, including some knots. You know, some people, when you touch the neck, you feel like there's some balls around. Sometimes those ballish things, they are all over the body. It means the lymphatic system is not functioning properly. So you need a detox to make sure that is functioning properly. Like I said, all the toxins will be flushed out. Then we've got a protect. As the name says, you are protecting, not healing. You are protecting. What are you protecting? Your gastrointestinal tract, where the food goes down through the intestine and stuff like that. When you are using it, your skin is going to say, yes, you are healthy inside. Because the reason why sometimes we don't look okay is because the inside is not functioning okay. You're also improving the immune function. That's very important. Your immune system needs to work correctly. If you check again, now with this pandemic that we are facing, they're saying those with a low immune system, especially the elderly. I think you see the news, you see all the announcements. They say if you're over 60 years old, do not go out, do not go to work. This is not only happening in South Africa or in Southern Africa or in Africa, it's happening worldwide. Like I think you heard Donald Trump when he was saying, let's open up all the factories and stuff. But for the elderly, even the teachers, they were saying schools must open, but those teachers who are over 60 years old must stay at home until the pandemic is gone. Why? Because the immune system won't be functioning right once you are old. Okay, so our body is made up of many systems. I'm not going to go into that today, but we know that we've got the circulatory system, which is the flow of blood. When blood is flowing, it's actually transporting food, oxygen, nutrients, and some stem cells which are produced by the bone marrow. We're going to cover that one. Okay, so when you're using this product, it's going to promote weight loss and help your body to fully detoxify. It's not a detox product, but it will help your body to fully detoxify. I remember when we started, it was one of the products which I got. I had a Protect, a Pro Detox, a Profit, and just those for the stem cell was not there at that time. And then I started with the Protect, and wow, it was nice. When I mixed it, it was like a juice, very nice. I said, I'm gonna be taking this one always after my meals. But the first sachet that I took, you mix with water, 100 mils of water, even in the other one, just normal water from the tap, not hot, not cold. And then after using it, I realized that I had a running stomach. Then I was even scared to take the detox products, because I said now if the protect can make me run like this, then it means the detox will be worse. But it means my system was not detoxifying correctly and the protect was helping. So it will also reduce what you call autoimmune diseases or autoimmune problems and general inflammation. Those type of autoimmune will be things like the asthma, you know, that one for the nose where you can't breathe properly. All those are autoimmune, and the itchiness. Sometimes there's this itchiness when the weather changes, then the skin kind of like develops some small blisters and the whole body feels itchy. It's called autoimmune. And with autoimmune diseases, it's like the body will be overreacting, or the immune system will be confused with just a small thing, is thinking maybe this is a big problem, so we need to sort out the problem. Okay, so it's going to promote your hair growth, support liver function, and the key thing here, it will help to combat cancer. We've had some testimonies where people were like sick and you know, the skin color changed due to cancer and chemotherapy or radiation. Then after taking this product, the skin started to become okay and the person was gaining strength. The first person actually, with one sachet, they actually gained strength. So it will also help to lower that bad cholesterol or that bad fat and reduce problems related to your heart, what they call cardiovascular diseases, and it to also control sugar diabetes. And then the nice part here, if you look on the right-hand side of the screen, it will help on the antiviral defenses. You know, we've got viral infections which are caused by viruses. I guess you know what I'm talking about. We've got a virus now going on rampant all over the planet. It will also help to fight fungal infections. I think you've seen some toes which are affected by fungus and some other part of the body, and some bacterial infections. You need to remember now there's good bacteria and there's bad bacteria. It's all in our system. But if the bad bacteria is more, then you tend to suffer. How do you get the bad bacteria? If you are eating all these poisonous foods, they are going to make your system to be acidic. For those who know isiZulu, we normally say umuntu nenyongo. Then you have to take it out. It means the acids are too much in the stomach. The acids become too much if you are taking all these sugars and all these super refined foods and stuff like that. So once you're taking this product, it will help to alkalinize your body, to make your body alkaline and reduce the acid in your system. And it will also slow down on the degenerative disorders. You know, our bodies degenerate as we grow older. I'll talk more about it when I'm talking about the stem cell. Then you need to help your body to regenerate, or you reduce the effects of degeneration or the effects of aging. Now, this is a nice one. Some people normally ask, can I give my children the protect? Yeah, of course. Because it's going to turbocharge and increase the function of the brain. You won't be forgetful and stuff like that, right? We've seen again, before COVID-19 started, we're in Durban, we did a presentation. Then after doing a presentation, we recommend the products for those who are much older. But there were some kids who were developing flu in a crash. As if the virus was already there, I think they're all going to be quarantined. But this lady made Protect and just took a spoon, made them drink each a spoon, and then all the flu symptoms dried out on that day. And the parents were even amazed as to what happened. And then she was saying, okay, we gave them such and such a product. So the reason why I'm telling you all these stories, our products speak for themselves. And we want to hear your own story. So when you use them, Just have a look at yourself, take pictures of yourself, listen to your body and how your body functions. And then when there are some changes, please share with us. All right, I spoke about autoimmune diseases. It will help your bladder, your eye, and even bone formation. Remember, I said the bones get finished and you are affected by what you call osteoporosis. So you need the bones to be reforming. It will also help on things like arthritis and kidney-related diseases. And if you are planning to have children, it's good to be taking Protect as well, so that when the mother they carry the child, that child is going to be healthy. So it facilitates a healthy pregnancy. Not that you are pregnant and then you want to take it, no. Take it before you are pregnant so that the pregnant is a healthy pregnancy. Okay, then we come to our stem cell. Our stem cell is a plant-based stem cell. Now, I've heard some people saying, we've got the best stem cell or whatever the case is. What makes your stem cell the best? We have the best one here. Okay, anyone can claim that their product is the best. Most of the companies out there have stem cell products, and the stem cell products that they have, they all get ingredients from maple biochemistry, of which with us also, we do get ingredients from maple biochemistry in Switzerland, like the apple stem cell, the grape extract and stuff like that. And then over and above that, we have added the Nigella sativa extract, which is a product that we plant ourselves. And then after planting ourselves, we harvest and do everything. So there's pomegranate, Nigella sativa, and stevia added in our process. That's why when you are taking it, it will have this sweet sound and then it changes to be sourish. Yes, it's because of those additional ingredients. Now, when you use it again, you're going to have a lot of testimonies, excuse me. But you may be asking yourself, why would I need a Procel? I mean, you explained the other products, they sound okay. So the Procel is related to the cells. The cells get damaged by the carbon dioxide, by the radiation, either radiation from the sun, microwave, or whatsoever the case is. All those pollutants, they affect our cells. And most of the sicknesses that we have are related to cells. Once we correct them on the cells, then they will go. We're not saying the process is going to cure you of any disease or whatsoever, but it will help to repair those cells that are damaged. It will help to defend against all these free radicals that we are getting from pollutants and stuff like that. And the cells become weak. And then when they are weak, they need to be strengthened or renewed. Then they are going to be strengthened. So we've got, our bodies do that naturally. Because you could be wondering, oh my God, why would I need this? We've been living for so many years without these cells and stem cells and all that. Our bodies have got natural stem cells, which they produce in the bone marrow. And then from the bone marrow, they flow all over our system to go and repair those damaged cells, renew those weak cells, and then flush out the dead cells, and we have new cells. But the problem is, once you get to the age of 25, because of all those lifestyle things and all those problems that I said in the beginning, which cause disease, we do not have much replacement from the stem cells in our body. So aging starts. Once you are 25, you start to grow older and older and older and older. Not only that, you're growing older because the cells are getting older, or they are not replaced enough. They are not replaced on time. So if the cells are not replaced on time, you see on the outside the body aging. You see the person becoming weaker, getting diseases and stuff like that. So that's why we need to supplement with Procell so that we activate our natural stem cells in the body. Okay, I'm not going to cover too much about Procell, but it's a very nice, fantastic product which each and every household need. Okay, there are some people who ask, at what age will you need this? Like I've said it, after the age of 25, that's when we start developing problems. But sometimes you can have some specifics where someone has got a problem and the age is younger than even 20, or they're 15 years old, or whatsoever the case is. So if they're even over 10, I remember my son fell down, 7 years old, and then he lost his teeth. So after losing the teeth, we took him to a dentist, and then the dentist said, okay, you're still young, the teeth are going to grow back. They may take like 4, 6 months or whatever the case is. Okay, we said fine. So now we had a specific problem where the teeth are not there, because if the stem cells are there, each and every organ in your body can be renewed. So as a result of that, we started giving him stem cells. After using the stem cells, the teeth started growing, and then we took him back to the dentist, and the dentist said, yo, no, this is amazing. They actually grew a lot faster than we thought. But sometimes we don't tell doctors what happened. So now when we are using the Procell, you are actually fighting quite a number of chronic diseases, over 100 chronic diseases, because you are giving the body what it needs. And then when you give the body what it needs, the body will now start to fight. The Shem, someone is saying no volume, but well, we're not going to go to that one. So you're giving the body the correct food. When you're giving it the correct food, then the stem cells are going to be reproduced and activated. About 80% to be activated. And then whatever is too much on the system, it will be stabilized. Whatever is too low will be again put to normal levels. Okay, then we move to the next product, which is the Pro Lady and the Profit. Like I said, our bodies have got many systems, and one of the systems which I mentioned was the endocrine system, which is the hormone or the hormonal system. Now, the hormones also, they decrease as we age. So like I was talking about cells decreasing after the age of 25, same applies to the hormones. And then as you grow older, the hormones are decreasing, decreasing, and decreasing. And once you get older, and the hormones are like almost very low, less than 50% or whatever the case is, then you start to see the behavior of the person changing. I think you've seen that the elderly, they talk a lot, they become irritable very easy. As women, happens to them earlier. They become more irritable than men quite early, but it happens on both male, female. It's because the hormones will be out of balance. The hormones would have decreased quite a lot. So in men, we've got a hormone called the testosterone. The female do have that hormone as well, but it's not that active. It's more active in men. And then if the hormone is very active in men, the men start developing, shoulders start to look muscular. So in some teens, maybe about 15, 16, or whatever the case is, you start to see the boys developing these broad shoulders. It means now the testosterone is kicking in. They start to see that, hey, girls are so beautiful. It's because of the testosterone levels becoming higher, and they start to become more energetic. And then same applies to women with estrogen. When the estrogen kicks in, they start developing certain features as well as a woman. And then they also start to get attracted to the opposite sex, to men. Okay, when we grow older, then we start having a problem. Why? Because those levels drop. When they drop, we start gaining weight, we start gaining a big stomach, and sometimes becoming infertile. I know with men in most cultures, they think if there is no child at home, it's because of the woman, not knowing that even if you had a child before, maybe that child was there because your hormones were okay, but later on, the hormones have decreased. Okay, so you need to take Profit Men, 2 per day. You can take 1 in the morning. This is the only product which is in capsule form, and slightly expensive because it's got 40 capsules inside. So once you take it, it's going to activate your testosterone, and you're going to be muscular, and you're going to function as a man. And when you sleep, you will sleep nicely, and you develop those muscles. Okay, so now let's move so that we go quickly to the money side. Now we're talking about the female hormone as well as the collagen. When the estrogen level is low and the collagen is low, then women also start to wrinkle, start to look older. And I know with women in particular, they don't want to look older. They want to stay younger, most of them. Okay. So to take off all those wrinkles and cellulite and whatever problem it is, including constipation, ladies need to take the Pro Lady. And I've seen all the ladies who are taking the Pro Lady, their skin tell us that, hey, your inside is okay. So it helps on all female related problems. There are so many problems related to women. Some of them is some pain during that time of the month, or what they call period pains, some cramps, some water retention. There's quite a number of things. And again, like I said, we normally cover quite a lot of those things in training sessions, not in presentations. Mood swings, I said as women grow older, they start to become irritable. So those mood swings, they get to be addressed. And not only that, even the appetite for the opposite sex is increased. Same applies to men with this product. So now, from here, we're going to move to the second part. I realize I just jumped into the products without even talking about the company today. Okay, I know why, because these slides, I use this slide for, this slide is used for training, not for presentation. So King Thabo, are you here?
Yes, King Thabo is here.
Okay, all right. I'm going to change slides and then add the other slide with a compensation plan. This one was just meant for training. I didn't realize that one. I just picked it up. Okay, just a second, leaders.
Come.
Okay, you can drink some water because now you do a lot of talking. Eh? Okay.
Okay, King.
All right. Oh, I need to share the screen. Are you using a computer there?
No, I'm going to use my phone for the screen.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So it means I have to move from my side.
Yeah, I think yes, I think it will be much better like that so that I can share the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is the part that I missed, ladies and gentlemen. In exactly 2 minutes, our company is in network marketing. We're the fastest growing company in the planet at the moment. And, you know, we started in Malaysia and then went to Bangladesh, India. We're still moving. So from 1998, we've been growing herbs, which we are supplying other companies. Then last year, that's when the network marketing part started. This is Mr. Chen and Mr. Jackie Chong, our founders and directors. And then we've got technology that we are using. Some companies which tried to use this technology, they stopped because it's a very expensive technology to use. Okay, when we are using this technology, you are getting actually the ingredients still in their original state, maintaining the same color. So you are getting everything as if you are harvesting them. And this is our factory. You can see they are putting masks on gloves, not because there's coronavirus, so that they don't infect the plants that they are using in our ingredients. That is very, very important. Okay, then we've got an in-house research facility where we've got doctors and professors inside. Like I said, we've got the freeze and dry technology. We've got a lot of certificates, including good manufacturing practice, kosher and halal. These are the products that we spoke about, and we're not going to go more into the products. And then you could be asking yourself, okay, King Thabo will be soon taking over. You could be asking yourself, why would I join Powerlife? There's so many lives out there. Yes, there's many lives, but our strength is we've got our own factory that has been there since 1998, and it's been supplying other companies, more than 20 countries. So like we've got 22 years in manufacturing and growing and selecting the finest ingredients all over the planet. And then thereafter, we manufacture and supply other companies. So we are a trusted company. Then, like I said just now, we've got our own doctors and professors who perform research and development. When we said we wanted stem cell, they said, okay, let's check. And then they checked, they sourced some ingredients from Mibo Biochemistry. They took some of our ingredients, mixed them together to have the best stem cell. Even our Protect, no one can imitate our Protect. It's the finest and best product. So we're going to the third part, why you should be part of Powerlife. Powerlife has got a genuine platform, a powerful platform, easy to understand. You can actually calculate each and every cent. If someone says, Coach Bright, there's something which I don't understand. How do we earn here? I didn't earn some money. I just say, okay, go to the history, do this, let's do this. We calculate and you get exact money. Some companies, you join them and you don't even understand where the money is coming from. Okay, so they just say, do this and you have to work and work and work. And you work so hard to get small money. So King Thabo, over to you, sir. King Thabo, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, King Thabo is not only a king, he's a very dynamic person. I remember when I first met him, I said, oh, this youngsters normally don't do this business. But I was wrong, because what I'm seeing now, the kind of energy, what he's sharing and the way he's growing his team. So if you listen carefully, make some notes, guys. You are going to do what King Thabo is doing. Maybe you can share us with a strategy as well of getting other youngsters. So over to you, King Thabo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Bright. That was very profound product knowledge presentation. Indeed, as much as we are chasing money, we need to live a healthy life. So indeed, it was so profound. Thank you so much, leadership.
Thank you very much.
Will you be helping me with the screen, or I'll be using my own screen?
Hi, King Thabo. Yes, I'll be moving it from this side.
Oh, you'll be moving the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach Bright. Good evening, leaders. I believe everyone is doing so well and everyone is still excited about this business presentation tonight. I'm just going to share you about how to make money out of this business of Powerlife. How can you make a generational wealth out of this business? Because the good thing about network marketing is that even today, if King Thabo can die, my family will still benefit from whatever that I did through Powerlife business. That is the good thing about network marketing. So this is one of the best platforms whereby indeed you can change your lives and make a huge money out of this. So I'll be taking you through how to make it and how to generate it.
Can you hear me now?
I'll be introducing you to Powerlife Marketing Plan. Your dreams and desires from online businesses with an international platform, which is called Powerlife Business. Can you move the slide, Coach? In Powerlife Business, we have 9 solid bonuses. All these bonuses in Powerlife, they're being paid on a daily basis, and some bonuses on a monthly basis. All these bonuses of Powerlife, they are being paid, and we already have the evidence to show that indeed Powerlife through these 9 bonuses is a game changer. So the first bonus that we have in the business is a sponsorship bonus, roll-up bonus, upgrade bonus, parent bonus, level parent bonus, maintenance bonus, parent bonus on maintenance, retail bonus, leadership ranks, and incentives. I'm going to explain to you what is the sponsorship bonus and level parent bonus and parent bonus, other bonuses. When you are not yet a member, I believe we'll explain more of them when you are a member already. Go back, Coach. In Powerlife Business, on how to become a member of Powerlife, because I believe some people will be asking themselves, yes, we heard about the product, now we want to see or we want to hear about how to become a member and how to become a pioneer in this business of Powerlife. We have 4 packages in this business of Powerlife. The first package that we have in the business, we call it the member package, whereby you pay 600 Rand in the company of Powerlife and you choose whatever product that you love to start with from the products that Coach Bright have already alluded earlier on. You choose one single product, which it gives you almost 20 points value. The second package that we have in the business is the VIP package. You pay 1,125. You get almost 40 points, and you choose 2 different products of your choice that you love to start with when you come to the business. The third package that we have in the business of Powerlife is the manager package. You pay 6,210. You get almost 12 products, and you get 240 points. You choose whatever product that you love to start with, which are 12. The last one is a power package, which is a mobile. You are going to pay 20,700 Rand cash. Then you receive 800 points. Then you receive 40 products. The good thing is that in our business of Powerlife is that when you join or when you pay the money, because I don't love to use the word join because it sounds so awkward. But then in this business of Powerlife, you just plug yourself in the business of Powerlife with the money that you choose to come with. After that, you'll receive the product, which this product of Powerlife, each and every box, after you got it, maybe let us say you join the business with 1,125, which I'm going to stick around 1,125 this evening for the sake of this presentation. You get 2 products of Powerlife, which you can sell those products 900 each, 900 each. Meaning that with 1,125, you have already made the money that you came with in the business, and again, you've already got the profit. In other words, you did not lose anything of some sort. You paid 1,125 into Powerlife, and you receive the products of your choice, which you are going to use or you sell them. Then you've already accumulated the money that you paid, and you've already made the profit again. So in this business of Powerlife, our business, as we have mentioned earlier on, is a network marketing business, whereby you make money through the referrals. You make money through inviting your friends, inviting your relatives, inviting your sister, everyone who you love to invite to come to Powerlife to experience the power of the products and the power of the money in this business. The first thing that we do when you come into the business of Powerlife, which is very, very important, I want to emphasize on that this evening. When you come to this business of Powerlife, we work this business on the binary model. What do I mean when I talk about the binary? It means that you are going to introduce the first 2 people on your left-hand side and on your right-hand side, the left and the right. Your first 2 people you bring in the business. Let us take a scenario whereby your people are joining the business with the same package that you came with in the business, which is the VIP. Leader Bright, can you go to the sponsorship bonus of the VIP? Please, thank you very much. You join the business on the VIP, then you introduce 2 people who come to the business on the VIPs. There are 2, you bringing 2 people in the business, because that is how we grow or we expand our teams with the first 2 people that you brought in the business. The good thing is that it does not limit you to bring 3 until infinity. But then I'm going to show you when you bring number 3 until infinity, how are you going to place them into your team. Then you brought that person who came with the VIP. The company of Powerlife, on the first bonus that I've said, I'll explain earlier on the sponsorship bonus, you are going to get 240 rands for introducing a VIP in the business. And let us say there are 2. Now, because I mentioned that we are running on 2 legs. Then it's on the left, 240, the right, 240. That is your sponsorship bonus. You get in those money because you referred Kim Brown in the business, you referred Coach Bright in the business. You're going to get 240 of Brown, 240 of Coach Bright. So those are the money of the sponsorship. And it does not end there. Coach Bright, can you go to the parent bonus, please? Thank you. Just leave it here. Now, because you've already made almost 480 in the business by the sponsorship, those 240 that you got in the business through referring Brown and Coach Bright in the business, the company of Powerlife, because now your left-hand side, which is maybe my left-hand side is Mr. Brown, and my left-hand side is Coach Bright. What happened is that the company of Powerlife, remember what I said on the points values when I was talking about the package. I said each and every package that you get in the business, it has different points, values. So because this is the VIP, you got your 40, and Even your people, when you bring them there too, you got 40, 40 on the side. So what happened is that the company of Powerlife, it will check. Now because you are binary qualified, you have already introduced your first 2 people in the business. The company of Powerlife, it will release 120 on top of the 480 that you got through the referral bonus, which is the sponsorship bonus. It will give you the parent bonus of 120 rands, meaning that by just bringing those 2 people, you have made 240 on the sponsorship, 120 on the parent bonus. And again, it does not end there. In this business of Powerlife, when you pay, you level. Can you go to the level parent bonus, please, speaker? Thank you very much. In this business of Powerlife, on the level parent bonus, because now you are the VIP, you are entitled to get 120 on top of the 120 that you got through parent bonus. When you join the business with the 600 rand, there is no way you can get the level parent bonus. The level parent bonus start on the VIP, the manager, the mobile. So you are going to get, because you are the VIP yourself, and you brought the VIPs in the business, you are going to get 120. Meaning that if those people you are bringing them a day, like maybe you bring them today after this presentation, you introduce your first 2 people who come with the VIP packages, you are going to make almost $48, which is almost 720 rands, by just bringing 2 people in the business of Powerlife. So, and it does not end there. Coach Brown, can you go back to the parent bonus, please? Thank you very much. It does not end there. For you, you already brought your first 2 people in the business. When you have already brought your first 2 people in the business, you are the VIP. What happened is that in this business of Powerlife, on your daily income earning that you can make out a day with your team, that is continuously duplicating itself, meaning that your team must always duplicate itself. Everyone who comes into the business must know that they have to bring their first 2 people, first 2 people, first 2 people. That is how you build your team. That is how you build your business yourself. So what happened is that when you're on the VIP package, on the parent bonus, this is the maximum of the money that you can make on a daily basis with the team that is working on the left-hand side that you've started with and on the right-hand side that you've started with. You could make almost a day, you can up to pay, because in this business of Powerlife, what happened is that when you are a VIP and your first 2 people bring their 2, maybe on the left-hand side, let us take a scenario whereby on the left-hand side, that first person bring his or her 2 people, and on this side again, this on the right-hand side, this person again bring his or first 2 people. What happened is that you are going to pay on their parent, you are going to get 120. 120. On each and every pair that happens on your team, up to 6 pairs, you're going to get $8, which is 120 rands. It does not limit you, but then after 6 pairs, you'll be getting almost 36 rands out of every pair that will be happening in your team. Continuously, your people bring in their 2, even yourself continuously helping your team so that they'll grow in the business. You continuously reaping the reward of the parent bonus every day by 6:30. This is the best bonus that I love in the business, because this one, whether I brought a person in the business or I did not brought any single person in the business, I'm still entitled to get my 120 rands. Because of what? My team are continuously bringing their people in the business, and when that happens, I continuously getting all those 120, 120, 120 in the business. That is the power of this bonus of parent bonus. And along on this bonus, with the team that is very proactive, you can make a whole lot of money in this business. Can you go to the level parent bonus, Coach Bright? Thank you. When you are a VIP, you only pay once on level parent bonus, which is 120. You are going to get 120 once. It differs. It's not the same with other packages that you can start with in the business, like the managers and the mobile package in the business. One thing that I forgot to mention is that the more money you pay in this business of Powerlife, the more money you reap out of the system of this business. Because if you join the business, for example, you come to the business with 600 rand. The bonuses that are in the business, you are not going to get them, all of them. It's going to limit you. But then when you come to the business with a higher package, that is where more money you see in this business of Powerlife. So basically what I can tell to people always, I always mention is that make sure that when you come to the business, even if you can start with 1,125, which is the VIP, don't stay there for longer. Try or strive to make sure that you go to the higher package where you'll see more money when you are in this business. Because now on the level parent bonus, when you are a VIP, you only level pair with one pair, which is 120. One pair, a day 120. Which when you are a mobile, you can do 20 times of what you could do, what you could earn when you are on a VIP. Because that is where more money is. You can do it 20 times, like 2,400 rand a day, which it guaranteed that you can make that kind of a money when you're on that package of the mobile through the team that is continuously working and you continuously pairing and level pairing in this business of Powerlife. So basically what I'm trying to say is that leaders is very important. When you are a VIP, you move from VIP, you go to the other package, which is the manager or the mobile, because that is where you'll see more money on this parent bonus and again on the level parent bonus. So that is all about level parent bonus and parent bonus. Coach Bright, can you go to, there is other thing that I wanted to share. Go down, go to maintenance, go to parent bonus on maintenance. There is one thing that I want to talk about there. Okay, thank you so much. I wanted this structure. I just want to explain something about this structure. That is you, you came into the business. That is you there. Forget about the parent bonus on maintenance. I just want to talk about this structure here. Then you brought that A and B, which is the left hand and the right hand side. One thing that I've mentioned earlier on is I said that it does not limit you to get more than 3 or 5 or infinity in the business. The question will be, where will I place those people who brought by me in the business after I introduced my first 2 people? In this business of Powerlife, we work as a team because we believe that teamwork makes dream work. What happened is that when you came to the business of Powerlife, when you bring your 3, 4, 5, 6, what happened is that you're going to place them under your first 2 people that you brought in the business. Look at the structure on the A and on the B. You're going to place your people on either A or B, provided that maybe the B1 is not introducing more people in the business and A is introducing more people in the business. The good thing is that in this business of Powerlife, what happened is that every day when there is activity on either way, on A or on B, you still get paid. The points of Powerlife, they are not flashing. In other businesses that I know, some might come from those kind of businesses, I know their points are flashing. But in this business of Powerlife, it's so different altogether, because the points that you accumulate through the people coming to the business, when, let us say, when A is bringing people and B is not bringing people, then A brings C, D, and D bring H, and C bring G in the business. What happens is that those points of yours, that will be your stronger leg. That will be the leg that will be carrying more points for you, which are waiting for you to pay with the day when your P is activated. When you help your P by placing E and F in the business, you are going to pay and get paid out of this business. That is the power of this business, meaning that the points that are on the right, they are waiting for you to pay with them so that you can make a lot of money out of this business. So basically, on the parent bonus and the level parent bonus, everyone who's here, I can assure you that you can make a whole lot of money out of this business. A day you can close a day, roughly, working with your team closely, making sure that you develop your business on a daily basis. I can assure you that on the parent bonus, you can close your day. My leader, can you go to the parent bonus, please? I wanted to talk about the numbers there.
Yes. Yeah, we're there.
The parent bonus, please.
Yes. So, oh, pairing, not maintenance. I love maintenance.
Pairing.
Okay, we're on pairing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Coach. On the parent bonus, when you're a VIP, continuously doing what I've mentioned earlier on the structure, you can close a day with 1,800 Rand every day, making sure that your team is active, your team is, you are working with them closely, and a month, you can make almost 54,000. And it's possible and it's doable. We have seen it happening in this business and it continuously happening in this business. Because of what? We make sure that everyone who come into the business or in your own business as a leader, people must understand that how do they make money in the business is by introducing their first two people in the business. And everyone, if he's doing that in the business, yes, you can make almost 1,800 Rand in the business. A month you can close around almost above 54,000, 30,000, it depending on how your team is proactive. So that alone on the parent bonus and level parent bonus, you can make a huge killing in this business, not forgetting the power of the sponsorship bonus, because we're still continuously getting all the money in the business of Powerlife. Coach Bright, can we go to, can you go to, not maintenance, go?
What to?
Not the leadership ranks, yes, thank you very much. And again, on this business of Powerlife, we have amazing, very, very amazing platform, whereby in other companies, I know other companies whereby before you can go to another rank in the business, you must make sure that you balance your legs, like you balance number A, you balance number B, before you can go to the next rank in the business. But in Powerlife, what I love about Powerlife business, or what made me to be so excited about this business of Powerlife, is that it does not require me to balance A and B. It doesn't want me to do that in order for me to move the ranks in this business of Powerlife. What it says in Powerlife is that we have almost 5 different ranks in the business. The first rank that we have, which I'm going to explain all of them one by one: Diamond Club, Platinum Club, Premium Club, Signature Club, Infinite Club. In this business of Powerlife, when you continuously work in the business of Powerlife, every day you getting paid in this business, every day making money out of this business. What happened is that the company on your back office, it will record all the total bonuses that you've already accumulated in the system of Powerlife. It will, every bonus that you get. Let us take an example whereby today I got paid $20, which is 300 Rand. Then tomorrow I get $50. Then the second, on Wednesday, I get almost $112, for example. all the dollars that I accumulate in the system, the company record for me how much since I joined Powerlife I have already made in the business. If now you can make almost $10,000 in the system, or in rands, I can say 150 rands, 150,000 rands, you have made almost 150K. The company of Powerlife, you'll see that your rank, it will change. Your rank will change from whatever the package that you are, then you'll become a diamond club in the business. Meaning that you move a rank because of the money that you've already made out of the system. Here, we don't talk about balancing of lanes. I believe everyone is excited about this one. Like the company of Powerlife, you rank because of the money that you've already made in the system of Powerlife. What happened is that you have already made 150K in the business of Powerlife. When you've already made 150K in the business of Powerlife, because this thing, it happens because of the team that you're working with closely, because of the work of your team and yourself again. The company of Powerlife, you qualify for a monthly incentive of almost 2,250 rands in the business. This money, you are going to get it while, if now in the business I've already made 150,000, there is no way, or maybe it cannot be possible for me to make 45,000 a month. When you've made 45,000 a month, the company of Powerlife, it will pay you for making money in the business. I've never seen a company whereby they pay you for making money. I always, when I see companies paying, is that they pay you because you brought money in the business. But in Powerlife, it's different because here they pay you because you are making money. That is the beautiful thing about this leadership rank. You have already made 45,000 that month. The company will give you 2,250 as your incentive. Go to buy yourself a nice thing. It depending on whatever that you love to buy with that 2,250 on top of the 45,000 that you've already made in the system. Second one, we call it the Platinum Club. You have made 450K in the business of Powerlife. Then on a monthly incentive, you qualify to get almost 4.5. You qualify to get almost incentive of 4,500 rand. Then a month on that one, for you to get that 4.5 on a monthly, you should have maintained by 90,000, meaning that you must make 90,000 the whole month. If now I've already made 450K in the business, what will make me not to make 90K? Then it will not be possible. So you continue, you get to a 90K as you get to a 4.5. So that is the power of this range that we have in the business of Powerlife. And it does not even end there. I'm not going to speak about this premium club, signature club, infinite club. I'm just want to show you where everyone can understand so that we move it in that fashion. Then we have, again, in the business of Powerlife, we don't just have this kind of money that we have in the business. Again, when you join the business of Powerlife, we have the incentives that are going to be introduced soon. In the business, we had other incentives that are now long gone. The cell phone incentive, we had Sun City trip incentive, whereby some leaders here, they've qualified and all those kind of things. We are going to have the incentive again that are going to be launched soon, whereby we have the car incentive, house incentive, and traveling incentive. Let me tell you something, my brother or sister who is listening to tonight, this presentation. Powerlife, it can change your finances in a different angle if you can just plug yourself into the business. With the incentive that we have in this business of Powerlife, alone before all these bonuses that I've mentioned earlier on, the parent bonus, the level parent bonus, the sponsorship bonus, and all these leadership rights and incentive. Alone on this incentive that we have in the business of Powerlife, you can make a whole lot of money out of this because they have a lot of money, which you can go and buy the cars and the house of your dreams and all the traveling that maybe you wanted to fly, you never flew, you never fly, you never been in a flight, and all those kind of things, because our dreams are different altogether. But what I can say is that with the incentive, the first incentive that we have is a car incentive, which the company will introduce. We have a mini car incentive of 50,000. When you qualify, the company give you 50,000, go to buy the mini car of your choice. Then they give you the car leader incentive of 250,000 on top of that 50 that you got. Then they'll go to buy the bigger one after the 51 that you've already got. Then we have another leader car incentive of 300K. So all in all, on the car incentive is almost 600,000 that you can make it for yourself when you continuously work in this business and qualify in this incentive. Then we have a house incentive of 1 million rand, like 1 million rands. The company gives you that money, go to buy the house of your dreams. So the last one that we have is a traveling incentive. I don't know, because of this pandemic thing that we're having, how we're going to navigate around that, but we have a traveling incentive whereby we'll go to Malaysia, where we are going to see where our company is situated, meeting the CEOs and all the management of Powerlife and the business leaders around the globe in Malaysia. Then we have a Bali again. Those are the 2 trips that we are going to take when we qualify, all of us here in this business of Powerlife. So leaders, what I can tell is that in this business of Powerlife, there is more that you can make out of this business. There is more money that you can take out of this compensation plan of Powerlife. I did not mention other bonuses that we have in the business because I believe that less is more. And when you tell people more information, some people will be discouraged and all those kind of things. What I can say is that less is more. So leaders, what I can tell is that there is more to this business of Powerlife. If we can give it a try, you will never regret. I love what Robert Kiyosaki mentioned in one of his best books that I read. He said, if someone gives you a business opportunity, even if you did not understand whatever that someone is saying to you, you just need to plug yourself in and you will learn the system when time goes by. Because I believe that you cannot understand the whole concept of this presentation tonight. But the good thing is that when you give yourself to just be in this business of Powerlife, to come and work with your first 2 people, you building your business with those 2 people, I can assure you that giving yourself a 90 days in this business, your life will never be the same. Your life will be moving from 0 to something else. It happened to me personally, whereby within 3 months of me joining this business, things started to change altogether. Why? Because I worked the business with my first 2 people, as I continuously doing so even today, whereby I continuously building my people, building my business so that I continuously making sure that I eat the money on a daily basis. When we say 6:30 in this business, we get paid. We are not playing or we are not fooling any person. Every day by 6:30, you get your own money that you work for personally and your team work for. So this business indeed is a real business in disguise. You don't have to say to yourself, "Nah, I can't recruit, nah, I can't do this." Every skill here on earth, we learn it and we navigate around that. Coach Bright said that I must share my little bit of a strategy that I use. Basically, I don't have the strategy. I just work with my people so that at the end of the day, everyone, they benefit from the business of Powerlife. So basically, this is the presentation that I wanted to share with you tonight, to say, ladies and gentlemen, do not allow even this pandemic or lockdown thing to steal your dreams. Your dreams are still valid. You can still make money out of this business that we are in, which is Powerlife. And the good thing is that our business is still a new business, whereby when you are in, you will be making a whole lot of money out of this business. So, ladies and gentlemen, that it brings me to the end of my Powerlife business presentation. What you'll do, or what I will advise, is that if you are not yet a member, go speak with the person who said you must come to this Zoom meeting. Just join instantly. Even if you can start small, you will grow in this business as you continuously learning, as you continuously understanding about this business altogether, as you continuously working closely with the leader that introduced you to this business. Don't allow this business to pass you by. This is an opportunity of a lifetime that it can make all your dreams to be successful.
We can't hear you now, King Thabo. Okay, King Thabo, I don't know what happened. We can't hear you anymore. But yeah, thank you very much. Mrs. K,